welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle and I am so excited that you guys are here today. Today I wanted to take you on another Instant Pot adventure. I just want to have a disclaimer here. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can totally use the oven. Just bakes a little bit slower, totally fine though. So don't feel like you have to have an Instant Pot for my Instant Pot recipes. Just know that it might take a little bit longer, which is fine. So today I'm going to try some different potato recipes. So I found these diced potatoes at Target and I always get these hash browns. So I wanted to try what the diced potatoes taste like versus the hash browns. And then we're going to do a regular potato and sweet potatoes. So I'm just going to make all of these and then we'll test try them. So first I'm going to start with just my regular hash browns. So I'm going to preheat my Instant Pot for 350, which you can do your oven at 350 as well. And then we'll take half of a cup and put it in the Instant Pot. So we'll just lay it down, just kind of a thin layer. And we'll let it cook. And you can see the light turns on once it's in correctly. We'll let them cook for about 10 minutes. I like to let them cook for about 5 minutes and then flip them over and do them for another 5 minutes. So I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna flip it. You want it crispy, but not too done. I guess I could have done a little bit longer. Maybe you could do like 8 minutes, but I just like to check on it frequently so that it doesn't burn, but you do want it crispy. So I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer. I have it set for another 5 minutes. I actually might move it. I'm gonna move it to 8 minutes because I think that'll be helpful. I also found these potato medley potatoes, so I'm gonna do these too. Be a little potato competition. The timer just went off, so we are gonna check the hash browns. They're a little bit crispy, but they'll be yummy. All right, so here's our hash browns. You can tell they got a little bit done on the edges, but they'll still be really yummy. So we will set these aside and cook our next ones. All right, now we're gonna move on to our sweet potato hash. When I bought sweet potatoes, when I went to the store, they didn't have any regular sweet potatoes. They just had these diced, which is pretty nice because now I don't have to dice them. But you can just use regular sweet potatoes and cut them up into small pieces. So I'm going to take, it says 2 sweet potatoes. So I'm just gonna kind of estimate. And then I'm gonna use my avocado spray instead of oil, just to save on calories and points. And then I'm gonna do about 1 tablespoon of paprika and 1 tablespoon of dill. Again, you can measure if you're a measurer. I'm not. Okay, and then we'll stir it up. And then I'll do some salt and pepper once it's done. Ooh, that looks yummy. Okay, and we'll put it in the air fryer. You just put it in just like this. Again, you can bake it if you want. So I'll put it in. And I'm gonna turn the heat to 400. And I'm gonna set it for 10 minutes. It's gonna take longer than that, but I wanna check it in 10, and then we'll determine how much it needs to go from there. It says 15 to 17 minutes, so it just depends on how quick our air fryer is. All right, the timer just went off, so let's check the potatoes. Ooh, these look much more done than I expected. Let me try. I wonder if I cut them smaller than the recipe said. They're perfect. Okay, these are done. So I will just set them next to the hash browns. This is why you want to check them once in a while because every air fryer is a little bit different. All right, now we're gonna move on to the potato wedges, the diced potatoes. These ones were as well already pre-cut for me. I had gotten a potato so that I could dice them up myself, but I wanted to try these for people that want them already cut. And then I'm gonna do potato wedges, like French fry type things. So we're gonna spray our diced potatoes. And then I'm gonna do paprika again. So about a tablespoon. Some rosemary. Rosemary is really strong, so not as much of that. If you want a recipe, let me know. I can get you specifics. I just kind of sprinkle. And then some thyme and some garlic salt. I like garlic, so I'm adding extra of that, but I am more than willing to get you recipes. I just kind of sprinkle it in until it looks good to me. Okay, so I got it seasoned really well there. You know what I'll do? I'll write down a recipe down below as I'm doing this video so that you guys know, because I know so many of you guys need a recipe. Okay, so I'll throw the potatoes in, so the sweet potatoes, 450, and I'm gonna do 10 minutes again, just because those sweet potatoes cook so quickly. Last time, I don't wanna overcook them. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. All right, the timer just went off for the potatoes. Oh my gosh, that was hard to say. The timer just went off for the potatoes, so let's check them out. Oh, these also look done. Kind of surprised. Those are so good. Those are gonna be hard to beat. All right, now we have our potatoes next to the sweet potatoes and hash browns. So we'll make our potato wedges next. We're gonna move on to some potato wedges. So I washed my potato, obviously have a very sharp knife. I'm gonna cut it in half and then just slice it into wedges. So I did 5, actually I think I'm gonna do 6. Just depends on how thin you want them, but I want them a little bit thin. This is my thickest. And then this is another one. So just so you know how thin I did them. So I have 6 on one side. This side's a little bit smaller. So I only did 5 on that side. So, like I said, about this thick. And then we'll spray them with the avocado spray. And then I'm gonna do pretty similar seasonings to the diced potatoes. So paprika. You can mix all of these seasonings ahead of time and then sprinkle them on. That's totally fine. That's how most people cook. I'm just not particular like that. And then garlic salt. Actually, maybe to keep it different, I'll just do that. Just so they're not exactly the same. So then I'll put these in. And we're gonna cook them at 400 as well. I think I'm gonna have to do 2 separate trays so that they're not on top of each other. I want them to get evenly cooked. Okay, we'll leave the rest of it dry. So I'll set it for 10 minutes and we'll check it then. The timer just went off. I'm not expecting these to be done, although I wasn't really expecting the other ones to be done. Okay, they are still hard, so I'm going to flip them. They're hard and hot. Not a great combination for using your fingers, so I got some tongs, and I will just turn them over and do the other side. And then we'll cook them for another 10 minutes. I set it for another 10 minutes, so we'll see you in 10 minutes. The timer just went off, so I am going to check them. Yum. Perfect. I just want to make sure they were done. I love them. All right, so I'm gonna move these ones to the plate for the taste testing. And then we'll finish cooking the rest of these. And then we'll move on to the potato medley. So I will come back once I'm ready for the potato medley. You guys will probably hear, but my kids are awake. So it might be a little bit noisier now, but. Uh-oh. Okay, so I have my potato medley, so I'm gonna wash these and then we'll cut them up into smaller pieces. So I washed these potatoes and I am going to cut them like in circles, like that, and kind of thinner. I love having different kinds of potatoes in different shapes. It just makes it more fun, I think. Let me show you. I don't notice a difference with these different colors. I think they taste very similar, so don't let that intimidate you. I think it's just fun to have different colors. Right, and then we'll set them all out so that they can all get seasonings. Then we'll use our avocado spray. And then I'm gonna do Italian seasoning. And garlic. I'm doing garlic salt. And then we'll just mix it all up here so that the other side gets it as well. Okay, and then we'll open our air fryer. We'll put the potatoes in, trying to not have them overlap. If you need to do 2 separate batches, that's fine. I'm gonna do it at 400 for 10 minutes. 10 minutes seems to be working well, so I'll check it at 10 minutes, probably flip it and continue to cook it, or it will surprise me like the hash has, but I am excited to try these different potato recipes. Can you say hi? Hi! All right, the timer just went off, so let's see if these need to be flipped. Yeah, they still feel a little bit hard. So I'm gonna cook them another 10 minutes. And then they'll definitely be done. Actually, I changed my mind and I'm gonna check them in 5 minutes. So we'll see if they're done in 5 minutes. Otherwise, we can always cook them longer. I am microwaving the other potatoes that I already cooked just because it seems unfair to have those cold. You just heard the timer go off, so let's check the other potatoes. Oh, these look done. Okay, those other ones are done. So we'll take these after they've been warmed up. And then I put some no sugar added ketchup in a small container. And then we'll put our potato medley here. And voila, beautiful potatoes. All right, you guys, I am going to divulge into this food. So I looked at the point differences. They're all pretty similar. Sweet potatoes are 2 points for half of a cup. Same with potatoes. The potato medleys are the same. And then potato wedges, it's 4 points for a potato. So you just have to divide that by how many you have. And then hash browns are 1 point for half of a cup. So hash browns are the least, but I have some no sugar added ketchup and I'm gonna try it out. I did add some salt to the hash browns just because those were the only ones I didn't flavor. I definitely cooked these. I just had some of the crispy part. I would say maybe don't get it so crispy because it's a little bit dry. I think just because I made it so crispy. It is good though. I've made these quite a bit and I would say this is the worst it's turned out. So maybe if you make it and you don't like it, try it one more time because it is really good. This one feels a little bit dry. I don't know if I just overcooked it or what, but now I'm gonna try the diced potatoes. I'm very excited for these. These are so good. I would for sure have these with eggs or chicken. Honestly, anything would be good with these. Those are really good. They were super easy too, which is nice. Okay. Now the sweet potatoes. If you like sweet potatoes, this is a good way to make them. I feel like they have so much more flavor than the regular potatoes, but if you're not a sweet potato person, probably wouldn't like that flavor. I really like those. It's crazy how different they can it's crazy how different they taste because they're all potatoes. I know there's different kinds of potatoes, but okay, the potato medley. Actually, I'm gonna grab a couple. Oh, I think these are my favorite so far. I think I like the texture of these, the potato medleys, the best because you have the crunchy outside and the soft inside. These, I mean, obviously I like the cubes too, but Okay, now for the last one, potato wedge. I think I just really like the soft on the inside because I really like these too. I would say those last two, the potato wedge and the potato medley, are my absolute favorite. I'd give them a 9. They're really, really, really good. And then the two in the middle, the hashes, I would give an 8. And then just because this time in particular, my hash browns didn't turn out super, I would give them a 5. But I have loved them in the past. So I'm not saying that they're not good, because they are normally, just today they turned out a little bit dry. And these are just so good. I think you could mix them with really anything. I feel like every meal it would complement. So even just having like vegetables, chicken, and one of these potatoes would keep it really low points, and yet you're having a lot of flavor. So I just wanted to create this video so that you can see that you can have any kind of potatoes and you can cook them any different ways. You just have to make it work for you and what your taste preferences are. So add different kinds of seasoning if you like that. If you like garlic, add garlic. If you like basil, add basil. Just try out different things and see. Again, if you don't have an air fryer, please use an oven. It is not air fryer specific. I just love my air fryer, but you don't need an air fryer in order to make these meals. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe down below and write a comment of any way that I can support you. I hope you all have a great night. Bye.